So now we're going to go over cellular respiration. So the plant just made glucose, and now it's going to have to use that glucose to get energy out. The whole point of cellular respiration is ATP. This is the whole point. This is what you're trying to make. So you can see here with glucose, there's a lot of bonds here. That's where all that ATP is going to be held, where all that energy is. Now plants make this in photosynthesis, but you would make this, or you don't make this, you actually eat it like when you eat a Snickers bar or something. So here's your glucose, and it's going to go into step 1. So it's really important to understand that cellular respiration is broken down into 3 steps, 1, 2, and 3. The first step is called glycolysis, and we call it that because you literally lyse glucose in half. You break it in half. So glucose has 6 carbons, so when you break it in half in step 1, you get 3 carbons. Those are called pyruvate. You also make 2 ATP when you do that. This happens in the cytoplasm, so every living organism can undergo this. Only those with the mitochondria, so your eukaryotes, are going to be able to do the next 2 steps. After glycolysis, the pyruvate will move to step 2, which is called your citric acid cycle. At this point, your 2 really important taxicabs are going to be made. They're your energy taxicabs. I call them NAD and FAD. So it's FADH2 and NADH. These are going to be carrying the bulk of your energy to go to step 3. What's also important in step 2 is you're going to make 2 more ATP. So just to recap, you made 2 in glycolysis and 2 in the citric acid cycle. The electron transport chain, or oxidative phosphorylation, is the most important step in aerobic cellular respiration. And we call it aerobic cellular respiration because it uses oxygen. Oxygen is going to be pulling your energy molecules through the mitochondria to the last step. It's going to take these hydrogens off, and when you combine oxygen with hydrogen, you know you get water. And when you do that, you get 32 to 34 ATP. So this is where you make the bulk of your energy. So altogether, when you make 2, 2, and about 32 to 34 ATP, you're going to get anywhere from 36 to 38 ATP. So this is the whole point of cellular respiration. So just to recap, first step is glycolysis. Glucose is broken down into pyruvate and ATP. Pyruvate, if oxygen is present and there's a mitochondria, will go to step 2 inside the mitochondria, which is the citric acid cycle, where 2 ATP are made, and your energy taxicabs, which are NAD and FAD. NAD and FAD then go to step 3, where they're met with oxygen. That makes water, and then most importantly, a lot of ATP. This is aerobic respiration. If you have yeast or a bacteria that don't have mitochondria, they just undergo step 1, and that could be lactic acid fermentation or alcohol fermentation. And that's it.